again. This is part of my series on content and generating content for your presentation. Now, I talked in the last video about message, and if you haven't watched that yet, go back and watch that one now, because this one will make far more sense. Because today I want to talk about objectives. Before you start a presentation, before you open PowerPoint, before you even put pen to paper, start thinking, what do I actually want to achieve with this presentation? What are my objectives? In fact, I think you need to form 3 sets of objectives. Well, certainly 2, possibly a third. First one is, what do I as an individual want to achieve from this presentation? Now, those objectives may well be professional. I want to communicate A, B, and C. I want to encourage people to change their thinking, their behavior. I want people to go away and disseminate this set of information. So you might have objectives, you the job title, should we say. You may well also have personal objectives. So your objective might be, I want to present this without looking stupid. I want to come across as competent. I want to show that I'm ready for promotion. I want to show that actually people can trust me as a leader. So you're going to have personal objectives as well. Both completely valid. In fact, I think you should have professional objectives and personal objectives for any presentation. But you also need to set objectives for your audience. And your audience will also have professional objectives and personal objectives for your presentation. Put yourself in their shoes. When you are introduced onto the stage or you stand up at the front of the meeting room, what's going through their minds? In fact, it may not even be a conscious thought, but unconsciously, they may well be thinking, what's in it for me? Why should I give this person my attention? Is this going to be relevant? So I think you need to set objectives for your audience. Think about, what do they actually want from me? It's very easy to project your own objectives onto them. Now, I need to communicate points A, B, and C. Therefore, their objective is to hear points A, B, and C. They may not even know that A, B, and C exist. They may actually be more interested in X, Y, and Z. They're probably more interested in, is my job safe? What's happening with the team? What's happening with the company? How can I make my bonus more quickly? Those sorts of things. So their objectives will be about what they want out of this. If you can set an objective for your audience if you think that they want to know, how can my life be made easier? How can I do my job better? Tap into that. Those are quite strong motivators for an audience. But you do need to put yourself into your audience member's shoes and think, what do they want out of this presentation? And bear in mind, that may differ quite significantly from what you want out of it. Doesn't mean to say you can't meet both sets of objectives. You absolutely should. You need to meet your own objectives and you need to meet your audience's objectives, but they can be very different. Now, the third set of objectives that you may need to set, and this depends on your employment situation, is for your organization. It may well be that your business, your employer, has objectives for this presentation too, particularly if you are maybe working in a sales environment or you're pitching for business. Think about, what do they need me to achieve in this presentation? So it might be, we need people to be aware of our brand. We need people to trust this brand. We need people to be excited by this brand. It's another set of objectives that you also need to think about in advance. I have to say, with most of the people I work with as a speech coach, the bit they miss out is setting objectives. And I think their presentation is far, far weaker as a result. So take the time, stop. Before you start writing, just think, what do I want to achieve for myself? What does my audience want to achieve? And potentially, what does my organization want to achieve? Set those. And once you've got them, and I would write them down, quite frankly, because once you have written your presentation, you can go back and revisit those objectives and think, if I present this as I've just written it, will I meet those objectives? Yes, no. If not, you need to change something. You can also revisit once you have delivered and think, did I meet my objectives? Yes, no. What do I need to change next time to make sure that I do? So 3 sets of objectives, really important part of generating content for your presentation. I hope that was helpful. See you next time.